Hi, my name is Amanda. I am the mother of Margot Holdhouse, who was diagnosed with Pompe disease via newborn screen in the state of Kentucky. This is a little bit about our story and why newborn screening was so important for our family. At 8 days old, we received a phone call from our pediatrician's office to tell us that there was something concerning with the blood work that they drew when we were at the hospital. Um, we were floored. We honestly didn't even know everything that they screened on the blood work at the hospital. So we weren't expecting to hear anything like that. So the rest of that day and the next few days were full of appointments and procedures and tests and lab work, all from the Children's Hospital, just trying frantically to get to some answers for us. I now know a little bit more about Pompe disease and understand why those answers were so important to get, and why they worked so aggressively to get to them. And that is because Pompe presents on a spectrum. So there is a more severe end of the spectrum, and then, somewhere in the middle, all the way to the less severe end of the spectrum. And the kids on the more severe end of the spectrum require immediate treatment to save their life, essentially. We were very grateful that after all of the tests and procedures and stuff that we were found that she had the less severe end of it. So she was diagnosed with late onset Pompe disease. So they did find issues that were mild concerning her heart and respiratory status, and labs were elevated, but nothing was to a level of concern to where we needed to start treatment. So, newborn screen for families with someone on the more severe end of the spectrum. Newborn screen is the big, flashy, bold hero of the story because it is truly life-saving for those children, as they sometimes don't make it, past the first few birthdays if they didn't have that life-saving treatment. So we did not see newborn screen as the same kind of big, bold hero. It's definitely more of a subtle thing for our family, but a hero nonetheless. We are very grateful that thanks to newborn screen, we have a heads up. We get to plan, accordingly. We get to monitor very closely. We have so many eyes on her, to really just make sure that, when the time comes for her to start the treatment, that there's no time wasted. I understand now how important that is, because as I have listened to other adults with late onset Pompe disease and listened to them tell their story, it's very clear that their journey with getting the diagnosis is just awful. There is a lot of time wasted where they are undiagnosed or even misdiagnosed. And some of these people have years and years and years of trying to get to these answers. All the while, that deterioration is happening and is mostly irreversible. And it could have all been avoided if they were screened when they were newborns. So that is one reason why newborn screening has been important for our family. And then the other one is that because we know early and because we are monitoring, all of these values so closely, we are also providing information to the, the healthcare team, and teams everywhere else that will be valuable to the kids who are born later that are just like mine. So now that we are able to see what all this looks like so early on, that'll be helpful to people in the future as well. So that is a little bit about our story and why newborn screening was so important for us.